The barrier-breaking achievements of Lewis Edward Waller during his life are immeasurable. The honors and awards he so deservingly received, innumerable. Indeed, Lew Waller was a beacon of civic leadership for an entire community. He was a pioneering leader in civil rights, in business, in philanthropy, and community service. This one man's name means so much in Washington County, but how did it come to be that way? Lew Waller's grandfather, Luke Waller, was born into slavery in rural North Carolina and became a sharecropper raising tobacco. Lew Waller's father, Lewis Thomas Waller, came north to work in the coal mines in the 1920s and married Hattie Davis. They settled in Marianna, PA. And there in Marianna, Lewis Edward Waller entered the stage of our county's history in 1928. The Waller family moved to Washington in the early 1930s, and young Lewis Waller attended school here. As a student, Lew excelled most in those subjects that called for his creative talents. But Lew Waller's school years were not only academic learning. There were also hard lessons in the ways of pre-war America. It was a segregated system, and Lew grew up as a witness to that destructive system. Upon graduation from Washington High School, Lew Waller earned a degree from Dean Tech in Pittsburgh. After serving in the U.S. Army, he entered the business world as a draftsman, and then spent a decade in the sales of steel products. However, racial inequality and segregation were still widespread in the 1950s. Lew was among many that suffered this reality firsthand. At one job, for example, Lew was told to go in the back so he wouldn't have to be seen by customers. In another case, when Lew's wife Shirley gave birth to their first child in the hospital, she was not permitted to recover in the same room as a white mother who had just given birth. Instead, Shirley recovered in the hallway. So as Lew Waller climbed the business ladder in the late 1950s, he also felt the need to ascend to a higher calling when he took office as president of the NAACP's Washington branch in 1959 at the age of 31. Among his many initiatives, Waller helped bring about a public discourse towards the elimination of de facto segregation in Washington's school system, which had persisted even after Brown v. Board of Education in 1954. The swimming pool at Washington Park was also integrated, and in 1964, Lew Waller organized and led the March to the Post Office to urge passage of civil rights legislation. The march was an iconic moment, and Lew Waller was just 35 years old. The official history of the NAACP's Washington branch recorded that at a time when communication was sorely needed between the black and white communities, Lew Waller's talents surfaced and were invaluable. He was able to communicate the needs, frustrations, and problems of the black community. When describing his particular approach to the cause, Lew himself said, "Yes, you can get people's attention by throwing pebbles at the window, but you get more attention if you are able to be where the decisions are made." In recognition of these accomplishments, Lew Waller received the NAACP's Human Rights Award in 1965. In 1970, Waller was appointed as president of the Pennsylvania State Conference of NAACP branches. Meanwhile, Lew Waller's remarkable business career was flourishing in the 1960s and 1970s with Mackinallen Corporation, where he became general manager and then president. In 1986, his extensive experience in the building contracting sector led to his founding of Waller Corporation. Under his leadership, Waller Corporation became an award-winning contracting firm engaged in projects across southwestern Pennsylvania. Lew Waller's strong religious faith guided his course in life. He was a lifelong member of Nazareth Baptist Church and served the church as a deacon and trustee. In addition, Waller enjoyed the immeasurable happiness of being a devoted husband to his wife Shirley and a father of 3 remarkable children. Lew was devoted to his community with the firm belief that the only way to serve God is to serve people. In addition to the NAACP, nearly 40 different organizations in our community benefited from his direct leadership and efforts over the years, including Washington Hospital, Washington Financial Bank, Waynesburg University, and the Washington County Community Foundation. After his passing in 2009, Shirley Waller described her late husband quite well with 3 simple words. He was a joiner, an artist, a builder. Lewis Edward Waller's life is a testament to what can be built with a strong faith, a pure heart, and a willingness to serve.